Hey, hey, hey. You know what time it is.
Time for the heart to heart journey to Unconditional Love Podcast.
Absolutely. My name is Elay Bloomer. I am your host. That is my co-host, Harlan Brown. And what's going down, Harlan Brown? What's going down?
It's a wonderful day, as always. Blessed, highly
Beautiful day
favored.
as always. All right, well, see, I got my Harvard gear on, so I got to have
I
my
see what
glass.
you're doing. Studious today.
I got to look studious today. So you know what? We just gonna get right to it. Today we just gonna have a heart-to-heart convo. Because I've been questioning the villages, your village most likely. I've been questioning them villages, right? And I just want to ask this question. So if you get a text from somebody and it's like I'm just checking on you, but you like really into this person and they send you, I'm just checking on you. Like what? How should I take that? How should anybody take that? Not just I'm not just talking about me. How should anybody take that if they just get a text from somebody that they are into, and sometimes they may think that other person's into them, or may not know at all if that person is into them too. But how do I take that text? Do I just answer it? Do I like expand on it? I mean, what? I'm lost. I'm lost because I don't want to. I don't want the audience to make the wrong move because this is a question that brother's been asking me, and we wanted to ask y'all.
I want to say this because I've had women that say the same thing.
Okay.
I'm a I'm a more direct person. So if you send me a text and I'm into you and you like, hey, I'm just checking on you, I'm gonna say thanks for checking on me. Hope everything is good with you. Now, there also comes a time where if those texts become more frequent, that I might tap over just to see. I might take it a little further just to see, like, yeah, okay, so you checking over you, what you do, you thinking about me today, or something like that, as a flirting type of thing, just to see where what it is. But
Okay.
when you text somebody, hey, just thinking about you, and you know that the person is into you, because you're not gonna check on somebody that you that you know is not into you. If you
Yeah.
checking on somebody because you know the person is into you, maybe you're just checking to see if this person is into me.
Uh,
And I haven't heard from this person, so maybe I need to reach out and say, "Hey, just checking on you." Um, but like I said, I don't like to read a lot into those kind of things because um it can not be what you expect. Just because I'm into you doesn't mean that you into me. So if you're just saying, "Hey, I'm checking on you," and I start like, "I'm so happy you checking me," like you like, "Wait,
yeah, yeah. I
wait,
mean, because you get that. I know some people have said that to me, and I've been like, "Whoa, nah," like that. I don't know, because then I've been heavily thinking about you.
okay,
You've been on my mind
that's
for months, for weeks,
that's a little
for a
different."
while. Things like that. When they say things like that, you like, uh, okay.
Yeah,
I've been
that's a
thinking about
little
you too. I don't
No,
know.
no, I really say don't do that. Like if
Don't do that.
somebody sends you something that said like, and that's only if you're into the person. I'm gonna say that. If you're into the person and somebody sends you a text and say, "Oh, you've been on my mind these last couple of weeks," okay, then they fishing. And so yes, then if you're into it, then go ahead and respond,
Okay, go ahead and
be
respond.
into it. But
Okay.
if you're not into it and you don't know and you're not really into that person, or if you don't know if the person is into you, then how about just send you can send a flirt, or you can send something that
Send a
uh,
flirt.
yeah, I'm definitely the person that'll tell you send a flirt, just flirt with them, just flirt
Yeah,
with them,
because
see
you're a
what happens.
flirter. That's why.
either Either they're gonna flirt back, or they're not gonna flirt back, right? But it's
Yeah.
no harm, no foul, right? So if
I
I
don't know.
flirt
Might be.
well, I did it one time and it was a foul, but it wasn't really a flirt, but it was hilarious because I was just like, "Oh, he's gonna hate this," and I sent something in, and he was just like, "Yo, what are you doing? Why did you?" I just
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
just I wanted to see why you were saying what you were saying, so I just figured I'd push it. And
Yeah.
but you have to be comfortable with that person. That person has to be like more than just a crush that you know fantasize about or see, think about. let it be somebody who you actually have a conversation with. And I think then it becomes a little bit easier when it's somebody that you know or somebody that you're
but you know what?
talking to. But
I'm not buying it. I'm thinking about this now. I'm not buying it. I think if a woman texts a guy and says, "I've been thinking about you heavily," or "You've been on my mind," just wanted to reach out. How you doing? Now, if it's already established that y'all were good friends, or the other person is married and like family to you, that's different. But when it's somebody that you kind of flirted with, you kind of wanted to talk to, it never got there, and then they send you this text, I can only believe that that's what's going on.
Huh? Where did the text? What do you think prompted the text, and where did the text come from? Was there any content behind it? Is this somebody who you just flirted with at one point and y'all talked and it didn't really pan out to anything, and then here it is months later and they say, "Hey."
Well, I'm gonna give you a few scenarios. A scenario where you saw a person you hadn't seen in a while, like you went back for a funeral or something, or went back to a high school reunion or something like that, and then months later you get a text saying, "Hey, I've been thinking about you." You got to be cautious of that. Another one is y'all talked for a minute, like had a little fling, but you hadn't seen each other in years. You had somebody, they had somebody, and now you saw them. You just said, "Well, hey, what's up?" And you saw them, and blah blah blah. Or a family member said, "Hey, I saw what's the name, and I gave him your number. I'm just reaching out to see how you're doing." One of those. And the other one, what's the other one? And the other one was just you hadn't talked to that person in a long time, and y'all really did kick it, and y'all really was, an item, and then it just fell apart, and then you get a text like that, like, wait a minute, like, I don't know. I don't know if they're fishing too, or guys, we don't know, and we're like, we take that as okay, that's the end. But I think we're wrong a lot sometimes. So I'm just asking the village to say what's up.
I think for the most part, in every last one of those scenarios, the woman is fishing. In every scenario that you just gave, the woman is fishing. I saw you. I hadn't seen you in years. We bumped into each other at something, and then all of a sudden, we had some interactions, and I'm looking at you differently now, and I'm just like, I'm gonna text him and tell him I'm just thinking about him. See what he say. Or we kicked it before, and I'm with somebody, you with somebody. We cool. But then all of a sudden, here we go. We pop up in, I don't know, Pathmark, and we over the produce and be like, "Oh, I know what you're doing." And then I'm going home. On the way home, I'm driving and I'm smiling like, "Oh my God, I remember the times." And then I'm like, I'm just gonna text him and see what he's doing. It's fishing. It's all fishing to see where the guy is.
Look, don't mislead us, because if you misleading us, because this is a heart to heart, we having a hard time. You mislead us, and
I'm gonna say that's not misleading. I don't see a woman not saying, "I've been thinking about you." They and guys do the same thing. "Hey, thinking about you," and I'm like, "Thinking about me? Do what? Thinking about me? Why? What you thinking about?" Because I'm you gotta be direct with me, because I'm not gonna guess. Thinking about me how? What are you thinking about? So could you tell me what you're thinking about? So you really thinking about me? So what was the thought process in it? And how did I pop up after all of these years?
After all these years, right.
And so then that conversation becomes something else. And then maybe in that conversation, it is revealed why you sent the text. But yeah, if you send me a text and I haven't seen you, or we have not really spoken, and you say, "I've been thinking about you," that's the first thing I'm gonna respond. Thinking about me how? What you was thinking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel that a lot of times, men get more mixed signals than women. And I don't know, we give mixed signals too, because I think we're at a point where everybody is looking for a relationship or looking to talk to somebody, and we don't have time to play games. You know, it's either you're interested in me or you're not interested in me. I'm not going to play this game with you. We're not in high school. You know, we're not in college. We're not doing that. So that's where this comes from. So when you're older and you get these texts, you're like, okay. Like, and then you about to say, hey, good to see you. I don't want to say I was thinking about you either, but I was thinking about you. But, you know, and just leave it like that.
About the person, then to me, it's just be honest. If, hey, I was thinking about you, really, I was thinking about you too. What was you thinking about? Because I can tell you what I was thinking about. You tell me what you were thinking about, and we can go back and forth on that whole thing. But the bottom line is, if I don't know why you're thinking about me, that's my first question. Like, what about me crossed your mind, and what made you think about me? Because I need to understand why you were thinking about it. You could say, I was just thinking about you because, you know, I ran into one of your old friends, and they was like, and I told them that I ran into you, and and we reminisced about something that we all did together, and that's what brought you to my mind, and that's why I'm thinking about you. But it's a lot of reasons why I feel like a lot of women, because going back to, should a woman approach a man, right? Going back toward that kind of thing, to be subtle about if this person is with somebody. If I say, hey, I'm thinking about you, and you with somebody, you're going to tell, like, you're going to be, and you like me as a friend. I would hope you'd be honest enough to be like, yeah, my wife ain't gonna like that. You know, people thinking about it. Right? So I think in a lot of those cases, like, this is a woman fishing to see what's going on, or like, yeah, thanks for thinking about me. You know, my girl ain't gonna be appreciative of all of these thought processes going on. And I mean, it happened a lot. Prime example, I told a guy that one time. I said, hey, send him a text. Hey, just thinking about you. And it was because I ran into a mutual friend. And he was like, yo, have you seen this person? And I'm like, nah, we yet. He's like, oh, he said, I said, is his number the same? And yeah. I said, okay, so I'm gonna send him, I'm gonna reach out. And when I say I'm gonna reach out, that's usually, hey, what's up? Just thinking about you. You okay? You good? And he sent back a message like, yeah, I'm good. And you know, maybe we should meet up. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. But you know, thanks for the offer. You know, thanks for the offer. And he's just like, oh, so you got a man now or something? And I'm just like, yeah. So it wasn't a bad thing. You know, it's like, I was thinking about you, and I'm glad that he brought it exactly where you brought it, so I can turn it back around and say it was just, you know, it was just that.
So we can respond with, I'll flirt back. Because, well, first of all, that's why I said don't be sending me no mixed messages or sending us any mixed messages, because you said they probably fishing. So if they fishing, I'm gonna fish. We gonna fish back. I'm not gonna say we gonna fish back. We gonna be like, okay, all right. I've been thinking about you too. You know, hey, next time you're in my city, come holler at your boy.
Right.
You know,
if you've been thinking about that person, by all means, say, yeah, I've been thinking about you too. I think if you could be honest about those little things, then you would go far.
Yeah, but you're honest. We already had this.
But I'm just saying, if you're honest, like, I've been thinking about you, you've been thinking about me. At least we can say we've been thinking about each other, right? So I don't think that's a huge thing. It's a, hey, I've been thinking about you, you've been thinking about me. Now we can go deeper in the conversation of what you was thinking and why you was. But at the end of the day,
you know what I was thinking about. You know what I was thinking about when I was in the text. So, am I going there? Am I going there?
No.
You see what I'm saying? Look, you can't.
Wait.
Am I going there?
I said flirt. I said lightly.
But you said be honest. Which one is it?
Be honest if you were thinking about
this is the issue. This is why we have this podcast, because I'm asking you a question, you telling me to be honest and flirt a little, but now when I'm giving you the response, I'm honest. Now you like, wait a minute, no, just flirt back.
If it
Don't go there.
Listen, if it is just a flirt, if it's a fishing, if somebody put out the poll and it's a fishing poll, it's to see if you would respond and how you would respond. Because most of the time it's how you're gonna respond. That's going to make the person know if you're interested or not. But what I'm saying is, no, we don't want to. The obvious is, yeah, okay, yeah, that's on our mind, but
Okay.
that's not what I want. And don't smack me with it, right?
All right,
Because
well, so I got my response. So I'm gonna say,
yeah.
glad you were thinking about me. Great to hear from you. Hey, have a good one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that way we won't. That way we won't get into nothing that we don't want to get into, right? Because you told me to be honest, and then you tell me I can't be honest when I say what I want to say.
I don't want to sound like you cannot be honest. I'm just saying if if I send you a text and say, hey, just thinking about you, and we have to, we talk and all of that other stuff, then yeah, then we can respond back and forth because we already have
Yeah,
established our conversations.
conversation.
But what
Okay.
I'm saying is if this is somebody out of the blue, right? No
Out of
matter
the
if
blue
it's
too.
somebody that you ran into or whatever the reason may be,
Yes.
now you're looking at me like, even if you're looking at me differently, I need to understand that, right?
Well,
I need
okay.
to
Well, I
understand.
give you a perfect
So
example.
I need to say, hey, what you thinking about? That's why I keep saying, so what was the thought
But
process?
guys will say that, but they won't because it's preference, especially if you go to a high school reunion. They'll be like, "Hey, I've been thinking about you, man. You look really good. You look the same. Like you haven't changed." Usually, that's the line, right?
Right,
If you've been to high school reunions, that's the line. Oh wow! Or if you even see the person, you're like, "Wow, haven't seen you since high school, man. You look the same." That's why I recognize you're not gonna say what's up to you because you look the same. Wow,
you look good.
you
And,
look
and
good.
right, and that's
And
great.
because I tried to let me just say this, and that's probably why, because I try, and you know what happens when you try,
You try,
you
you say
gonna
the same.
keep you in the same place. So I reached out to an old high school person and I was like, hey, I just wanted to say I wanted to see what's going on. I hadn't talked to you in a while. I lost touch with you and I was just trying to reconnect. The first thing they asked, you married? Yo, like
Yeah.
not even hi, how you doing? Not
Yeah.
even a what? It's like you married. I was,
Right.
and I didn't
Because
even know how to answer that. Like, okay, like you going straight to the say that you got kids.
right, right. Because
Not
part
even.
of it's
We
crazy
missed the
because
whole like.
sometimes
We missed the
sorry.
whole like. Did you go to college? Are you working? It is so. That's why I'm cautious on how to respond because you never know the intentions of the other person. And that's
Right,
why I even wanted to have this heart to heart because
right.
I don't know the intentions of the other person. I don't want to take it somewhere where it doesn't need to go or what's going. But it just seems kind of odd because heavy on your mind, I don't know,
Heavy
heavy
on
on your
your
mind
mind
or
is
thinking
heavy
about you
on
a
your
lot.
mind is really, really
Yeah,
digging a little deep. It's not a heavy on your mind is not friendly. And like if you're meditating on me, I need to know why. I
yeah.
need to
So
know
I'm like, wait,
what
but you know
next.
what? I'm not a why person, and that's the next podcast we're gonna have. So write that down. The next podcast we're gonna have is, do you need to know why somebody broke up with you or what have you? That's that. I always wanted to know that the why questions,
Right.
'cause why is never ending. So that's why I don't get into the why. I don't get into none of that. If I'm interested, I might, like you said, flirt back a little bit, but I'll leave it light. I'll leave it whatever. I'm not gonna be honest, like you said, because sometimes that honesty is like
Yeah, no,
you
don't be
were you were looking good,
yeah,
and
no,
uh,
don't do that.
woo, man,
Don't
hold up, and you not married no more, or you never got married, or you don't have no kids, or you just what? Yeah, call a
yeah,
brother.
you holla. Did you got my number, right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo. So I know we got to go. I know our time
Yeah,
is up. I had fun with this, but I'm glad that
this was fun.
I got
Yeah.
some little insight. Hopefully, fellas, you guys get an understanding of that too. So any last words? Any last words that you want to say, Harlem Brown,
If
about
you
what the men are bringing to the village? To
if
the
you're
village.
reaching out, and I'm saying this for everybody, if you're reaching out to somebody, make it friendly, make it light. Because when you start getting with the heavy on my mind and thought about you for the last couple of days, you're sending mixed signals, and you don't want to do that because you might get a response back that you wasn't ready for, and then
And
you're
open
right,
up that can of worms. But
and
I
then
am
you're
going to
gonna
say
have
this.
to back out of that. So
I am going to say this. We do got to get a scripture in. So, what's your scripture of the day? Well, at least I know it hasn't pertaining to that, but what's your scripture of the day?
I think the scripture of the day does kind of pertain to that. So let's get the
Okay.
scripture in. So it's Philippians um 4:8. And it says, finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about those such things, right? When you're reaching
Okay.
out, think about those things.
Those things.
Make it light, like and pure and lovely.
Think it like if you're in love. Okay. All right. So, man, this has been great. I have it. And y'all know, as I end all my podcasts, trying to do something will keep you in the same place. But when you do what? When you what?
Don't do that.
I'm just messing with you. Trying to do something will keep you in the same place. But when you actually do something, your place has no limitations. I am your host, the late Bloomer. That is my co-host, Harlan Brown. And we will see you next week. Yeah!